You're watching F5. We are here at NetApp INSIGHT 2024 in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. We are here, actually found a quiet spot. We are here in F5's dedicated meeting area, and I found a couple of heavy hitters here. I was able to secure Kunal and Pravjit. I'll have them introduce themselves, maybe starting with Pravjit.
Hey, so glad to be here. I'm SVP and GM for Cloud Storage at NetApp, and looking forward to the conversation today.
Fantastic. Kunal?
Hey everybody, I'm Kunal. I like computers. I'm the CTO of F5 and most recently also appointed as Chief AI Officer. So super excited to be with you, Pravjit, and good to see you again, Boo.
Yeah, likewise. I like turtles, if anybody likes that one too. Okay, cool. So we wanted to talk about, there's a bunch of stuff going on with F5 and NetApp. Personally, when I was in the field, I loved working with NetApp because so many of my customers had NetApp. So like you could immediately walk into a customer and be like, hey, we have some solutions that work with NetApp. And they're like, oh, we have NetApp. And fantastic. Now we're seeing that as we work together continually with AI. Wanted to get the lowdown from you, Pravjit, on NetApp's strategy with AI and what you cover particularly.
All right. First of all, it's always good to hear that customers, when they resonate about your doing, so it's always good to hear about that. And I have followed F5 for a long time. I'm a Seattle resident for almost 24 years, really impressed by all the cool stuff which you do, and I have background in networking a lot. So really excited about the things which you build and how it fits into the on-prem as well as the cloud world. Now to your question on our AI strategy. Our AI strategy is basically to make sure that we bring the best of AI being built by our hyperscaler partners in cloud to the data which you store with us, either it be in Azure NetApp files or Google Cloud NetApp volumes or FSx for ONTAP. Our mission is that when you use AI with the data, you don't have to migrate data anywhere. You don't have to create data silos. So that the data stay there and you basically can use all the AI tech stack on top of it while keeping the cost in control and making sure it's very secure and compliant. We have partnership going with all three on the Google side. This week you will see in the keynote also talk about, we are partnering with Vertex AI and BigQuery on the Google side. So that you can build your AI apps using things like Vertex AI Agent Builder, awesome. Using low-code, no-code kind of environments. And if you are using FSx for ONTAP, this summer we released a capability called the BlueXP Workload Factory for GenAI. Using that, you can augment your LLM models from Amazon Bedrock to work against your data stored in FSxN and build really good inferences to chatbots, to knowledge bases, or whatever inferences you want to draw from the data which you store in your FSx. And same thing on Azure side, we are partnering very deeply with the Microsoft teams, especially being the data store for Azure OneLake. And once you are data store for Azure OneLake, you can use an array of features and capabilities related to AI and analytics, which Azure is building, and expose those to the customers. So we are really excited about all the capabilities which we are building purely based on the feedback and ask from our customers, and we are looking forward to this journey.
I was going to say that it sounds like that's very customer driven because it's like where the customer's data is or how they want to use it. You guys are providing that without them having to go figure out separate solutions. So that's awesome to see. Kunal, what are you seeing right now with from F5's perspective with AI?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the most exciting times, right? I think we can all agree that every week there's some new breakthrough or some interesting technology development that just gets us all thinking differently about the world. I like to think about it in two dimensions. One, how are we going to improve the lives of our customers and improve their experiences with artificial intelligence or Gen AI right now? And then the other bit is, what are challenges that we want to potentially help organizations solve related to AI? With respect to how we're going to improve the customer experience, we kind of break it down into four general categories. One is going to be, how are we going to help people with configurations and policies? And that's a great opportunity to leverage AI and AI capabilities. The other area is going to be around, how can we improve and help improve security posture for organizations. Earlier this year, we announced and we released our AI data fabric as an organization, which we're using to build, train, and scale models. You can imagine a lot of data storage required and requiring to do something like that. And then, of course, building and training models, leveraging RAG as a paradigm. And so AI assistance is huge for us. We recently released for distributed cloud services an AI assistant. And then the last bit is predictive operations. Again, learning from past data, how do we build and train and scale those models? And you shift the story. So that's really how AI is going to fit into our portfolio. But then you think about the challenges that we want to help people solve. Pravjit, you pointed out something that I think is super profound. We termed it data gravity. This notion that a lot of people have existing data today, and that data, for various reasons, could be legal, compliance, governance reasons, needs to remain in those specific environments.
Yes.
And so it's less about bringing data to the AI workload and more about how do you bring the AI workload as close as possible to the data.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that is right. Like, especially in AI world, it will become the biggest concern probably CIOs and CTOs have is not to create these data islands, which now you have to think about differently. How do you govern them? How do you make them compliant? How do you make sure that there is no data leakage from there to different? So keeping the data at the source and bringing the best of the AI stack to the data is what customers want, and that's what we want to respond to.
And that's fundamentally what we've been focused on the F5 side. So we really see an opportunity to help people regarding the new types of AI experiences that they're building, because almost all of those experiences are depending and relying on storage. They're relying on data that they've already amassed and accrued over many, many years. So one example is secure multi-cloud networking, being able to help people compose these AI workloads that could span multiple environments. RAG is a predominant use case where people have data in multiple silos and they need to find a way to stitch all of that together, bring it all together, make it come alive, whether it's in APIs or applications upstream or side processes. And then the last area, we spend a lot of time, and in my role I get to spend a lot of time with CIOs and CTOs regarding these massive AI deployments, and we've seen these AI factories emerge, right? These massive GPU clusters that people have been building and deploying, and all of it relies on data. And there's just been this intrinsic and extrinsic need by organizations to make sure that data is flowing exactly where it needs to. They've got the right delivery, the right security capabilities, high-speed networking to help with getting data in and out of these stores to feed these AI workloads. And we think that capabilities like Big IP and other solutions that we have in the portfolio be great for organizations with respect to high-performance load balancing.
No, I absolutely agree with you, right? Like, especially what AI also does is also build this democratization of the data, right? Like, irrespective of where you are, and there are every component involved. All the data is the fuel, which basically will run the whole AI because you need data. And this is historical in that sense that, right, like all your unstructured data in the past was very difficult to use, right? Like you will dump them, but building intelligence insights was harder. I'm not saying it was impossible, but it was harder. But with AI now, it has become very, very easy. And the role which F5 and all F5 in particular has to play is also the optimization at the network level, because in AI workloads, the performance and throughput, these things are very, very intensive, right? Like, so it has to work through the whole stack at the compute level, at the data level, at the network level, and even at the last mile level in some cases, right? So from that perspective, it's a very exciting time to build that kind of capabilities all over the stack.
Okay, speaking of exciting times, we're here, F5 is here showing up at NetApp INSIGHT because we have a press release together. You guys have actually already roundabout kind of discussed what's important about this press release, but maybe starting with Kunal, giving us a summary of what this press release was about.
Yeah, so it's really speaking to the better together between NetApp and F5. When we have gone and collectively talked to organizations and talked to customers all over the world, the feedback is, I have all of this data that is so important for these AI use cases. How am I going to move that data around? How am I going to leverage that data for training AI workloads, at inference time with retrieval augmented generation or RAG? And this press release is effectively talking about how our organizations are working together. We believe that the combination of what F5 can bring with respect to networking, and that's inclusive of delivery and security, plus world-class storage capabilities that NetApp brings to the table, We think that that combination ushers in this totally new era for how organizations are going to do things like AI training and inferencing at scale. We're really excited about that.
Fantastic.
I absolutely agree with Kunal, right? Like our joint partnership is very, very important and strategic for us. We have been working with F5 for some good period of time, and now it is good to see that all come into actual existence, right? Especially AI workloads are the one which is stitching the two companies even in a better and a stronger partnership, which is the key here, right? Like as I said before, we own the net data layer of that. F5 has a lot of role and great role to play in the networking layer together. There are a lot of good use cases which we can solve for our customers, and our customers are asking for those use cases. So I'm really excited about this partnership, and we are looking forward to having even a deeper engagement in the coming years.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Again, we're here at NetApp INSIGHT 2024. I'm going to link the press release, but even more importantly than that, there's a couple DevCentral articles that my colleague Steve Gorman has written about using F5 NetApp for RAG. Very, very detailed, and he's gone through it all. So look for that link as well. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining me, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Looking forward to a great conference next couple of days and enjoy my time here with you all. And otherwise, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye now.
Bye.